guys, I have a timeline of the Firmament Disclosure. First we have James Clark Ross back in the 1800s did 2 expeditions. Just like Admiral Byrd, this guy found the firmament and he found the real reasons why we have tides. Though this video is not about tides, it's about the firmament. So we're going to keep it on the firmament. Then our government sent Admiral Byrd out, Operation High Jump and Operation Deep Freeze, to do the same expeditions that this guy did. Once this guy confirmed it, they created the Antarctica Treaty. This guy is a Freemason. This guy is not. Freemasons take oaths. They are part of a secret society. This gentleman came on television and told the people what they found, and coincidentally, shortly after that, he was found dead. And his son was also found murdered in a warehouse. Take with that what you will. They created the Antarctica Treaty, the longest standing treaty our nations have. We can't get along on anything else, but we can get along on this treaty that says that you cannot go past the 60 degrees south, and that is including all ice shelves. If you want to go to Antarctica, you have to take a guided cruise to the peninsula or a guided flyby, but you cannot independently explore. If you work at Antarctica, there are protocols that you must follow. If you go outside of those protocols, you get fired. There are sensors in the water. They are watching you with the satellites. If you go off your continent and get too close to the ice wall, they will turn you around. Now, the Antarctica Treaty will say it's to keep the peace and to protect the penguins. Right after they did the treaty, they created NASA. Look at that serpent tongue right through the logo. And NASA and Satan are spelt the same without the T, hence T minus at liftoff. NASA banned the word Jesus from being used on locations in 2016. Operation Dominic and Operation Fishbowl was our government trying to either get through the firmament. Operation Dominic in Latin means belonging to God, and then they did Operation Fishbowl right after that. How conveniently named. And when they couldn't get through it, they did this one over here, which is Starfish Prime. So it's so weird how Earth has pressure, and you can't have pressure without a container. And our government is continuously sending nukes up to try and break through something, and they always hit something, and it blows up. Right after that, we have the rise of global organizations that all use the Flat Earth map as their logo still today, not the globe. Like the United Nations, the World Health Organization, the World Meteorological Organization, the International Civil Aviation Organization, the Maritime Organization, and many others. I put NHO right here instead of NWO so we wouldn't piss off the algorithm. And we have NATO. And because NASA is losing all credibility with their fake moon landing missions, they needed somebody else. Their puppet guy right here, Mr. Elon Musk and SpaceX. But before we go into him, we're going to talk about this guy right here, Wernher von Braun. Wernher von Braun was the head rocket engineer for NASA. He has on his tombstone Psalms 19:1, which says, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament shows his handiwork." Now, if you go look that up, in 1982, they rewrote the Bible to say expanse because it's a play on words. But if you look up expanse in the Webster Dictionary, not Google, Google is owned by the same people that are lying to you. Expanse literally means firmament. And then if you want to go deeper into it, you have to break down what the word firmament means. Words have meaning. And they put this stuff in plain sight. Wernher von Braun was also a Freemason, just like Elon. And Elon was at the Met Gala wearing a jacket that said New World Order on the back. Elon's mother is part of the Illuminati. Elon's father impregnated his stepdaughter twice. Elon's baby's mother, Grimes, is a Satanist. And let us not forget, he wants to have chips installed in everybody's brains. Elon was born into his role. If you think for one moment that this man is on your side, you do not have the gift of discernment. They've been busy since the turn of the 19th century, haven't they? With Rockefeller funding the general education system because he wanted a nation of workers and not thinkers. But that's for a whole nother video that I will get into. Operation Fishbowl is very real. So is Operation Dominic. Do your homework, guys. Dominic in Latin means belonging to the Lord. Not sure if I can get in trouble for showing this, but has to do with starfish. Here's James Clark Ross, the guy who was not a Freemason. Wernher von Braun, known for working for NASA, rocket engineer. His tombstone, Psalms 19:1. I highly recommend reading this book. This is how I found out about James Clark Ross. Oh, and it gives details. I'm going to break down the word firmament. Here's the word firm. Not weak. What? Solid? Okay. And here's the word ment. Now let's read this. Does Earth have pressure? Yes. There is air pressure at the surface of Earth. It's what we experience as atmospheric pressure. Can you have pressure without a container? No. By definition, gas pressure requires containment. Gas molecules move freely, and without a barrier or a force to hold them in, they disperse. Pressure is a result of gas molecules colliding with the walls of a container or being held down by a force like a lid, a dome, or barrier. So based on real-world physics, gas pressure needs a container. Gee, I wonder what that container could be. Maybe it's just like Wernher von Braun says. Maybe it's a solid dome, created by this thing right here. The New King James Version Bible was written in 1982, and I tell you anything from the 1900s, throw it out. If you go to Webster Dictionary, not Google, Google is owned by the same people lying to you. Expanse means firmament. They changed it in 1982 simply because it's a play on words, and they don't think people are smart enough to go and look things up. But if you just simply go to the King James Bible before they rewrote it in the 1900s, you'll see that it says firmament multiple times. Multiple times. And this is the one that Wernher von Braun had on his tombstone, Psalms 19:1. The heavens declare the glory of God in the firmament. So with his handiwork. And there's more. When I tell you that they all use the Gleason's map as their logo, I mean it. World Meteorological Organization, International Maritime Organization, International Civil Aviation Organization, the World Health Organization, even the Outer Space Treaty. Now they'll tell you, it's just a smashed down version of the globe. It's got to fit all of the continents in it. No. They bank on you to be gullible and naive. Just like John D. Rockefeller said in 1903, he wanted a nation of workers, not thinkers. Then he took over mass media and modern medicine. You are not a monkey. You are not a primate. You are intelligently designed. This earth is intelligently designed. And you have reason and purpose. You don't live on a spinning water ball flying through the universe. The heliocentric model is based off of assumptions. It's an ideology. Anything from the 1900s, throw it out. Get an old Bible and read it. It's not a theory. They did it. It's like everybody else knows about the firmament but you. And not even a 1.4 megaton nuke can break through it. But you guys still continue to believe the propaganda that was fed to you through the indoctrination system that was created by Rockefeller in 1903 that every single one of you guys were born into. The same man who wanted a nation of workers, not thinkers. The heliocentric model is an assumption. And there is no evidence that can say or show that you are traveling through the universe or doing elliptical orbits around the sun, or spinning for that matter. But yet, you guys will die on that mountain to believe it, just because you were conditioned to do so, because the movies show it, or because NASA says so. The government is not your friend, okay? The universities, the museums, the school systems, these are all controlled by the government. You guys know what the government is, right? The government is just the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire never failed. It just rebranded itself under the guise of the government. You guys think Christopher Columbus discovered America? Psh, there were people here long before Christopher Columbus. They just came over here and killed off the people and created this Constitution. The Constitution was created by a bunch of Freemasons. You know, the guys who take an oath that are part of a secret society. Guess what Christopher Columbus is? He's a Freemason. And all of the people that were pushed throughout school, you know, like Newton, Copernicus, Kepler, yeah, they're all Masons too. Darwin's part of the Royal Society. Sir Richard Owens is also part of the Royal Society. Do I need to continue connecting dots for everybody? Every single president is a Freemason. Elon Musk is a Freemason. Everything that we have ever been taught is a lie. And they feed that same lie narrative through the movies, through the sports, the commercials, the cartoons, through every aspect of our lives. They are lying to you, and they push it in your face every single day. The music industry, the gaming industry, feed it, feed it, feed it. And you don't even question it because you've been conditioned not to question authority. Just to fall in line. Do as you're told. Go to work, pay your taxes. Oh, and don't forget to vote. Take those yearly shots and drink the fluorinated water. And you know what's really sad? Is that they have you conditioned to believe that you're fucking monkeys. You are not a fucking monkey. You are a human being. You are intelligently designed. Turn off the fucking television. Go outside, touch some grass, travel, get on a boat. I promise you, you won't go upside down around a ball. And for the love of God, the government is not your friend, okay? These people are all born into their positions, every single one of them. Their children will grow up and be senators, okay, and congressmen and congresswomen, because they're born into the system. They bank on you being stupid. They bank on you being gullible. They bank on you not caring. Our government sent a 1.4 megaton nuke to try and blow up the firmament, and it did not work. Like, oh my God. And at the same time, they've got you thinking you're a primate and that you live on a spinning ball flying through the universe. And that we have cotton candy planets out there. Oh, and now we also have a diamond planet out there.